we'll see a squad from the SEC, the Ole Miss Rebels, taking on the runner-up from last year's national championship, the Texas Longhorns. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. The Rebels will kick it away to start. He'll start the return inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. So Texas offense will start this game off. They got an incredibly efficient performance from this guy last time out. Now, Jesse, it's about making that a consistent thing.
Yeah, I think the most impressive thing watching that tape back from his last game is the ball never touched the ground, David. It was amazing. And it wasn't that he was so accurate throwing the ball deep down the field. It's just that the ball was always going to the open guy. He did a really good job checking it down, taking the profit when it wasn't open downfield. That kept the offense on schedule. That's really important for this offense today.
And when you're watching it as a defensive player and coming to this football game, man, you know this is
turning it on. Put it right on him. Sweet play, good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the first down. The Longhorns are in the hurry-up.
I'll tell you, this guy has to get touches early in games. They're doing a good job of that right now. He's so dangerous once he has the ball in his hands. And I think if you're on offense, you move him around and you find more creative ways to get him involved.
Flicks it out of the air. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34. The Longhorns have it with a 1st and 10.
And as soon as the receiver caught the ball, you saw the quarterback start communicating to his teammates what the next play was going to be, because they're now changing the tempo and going fast.
Takes a shot as he lets it go. Touchdown, Longhorn! They took a shot to the end zone and found 6 points waiting on them. Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. They'll immediately call timeout.
And nice job by the quarterback, hanging in the pocket, hanging in there. He knew he was going to take a lick. He took the lick, delivered a strike, and got the score.
Bringing it out. And he pops it up inside the 20. Scooped up by the kicking team.
Hey, as a return guy, you know that you're going to get hot. You know you've got guys that have a 50-yard run at you trying to dislodge the football. You've got to do a better job with ball security.
They'll go to the air. Flushed out of the pocket. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Texas! Well, just as you would expect, that didn't take very long.
It didn't, Reese, and you've got to make great field position count. When you've got opportunities, you got to pay it off. And the offense took advantage, scoring a touchdown. Didn't have far to go, but they got the points they needed.
And he's going to bring it out of the end zone. No idea what he could have been thinking to try to return that one, and they stop him at the 7. So Ole Miss offense will try to get something started with their first possession. And they are going to be met up front by a defensive line group that is going to make life miserable on the offensive line and the quarterback and this whole offense, David.
And this offense is fully aware of the challenge in front of them. This defensive line is quick, they're physical, they're powerful. They
breaks into the open. And he'll move his way forward to the first down. They'll mark it at the 35. So much for the tough field position. One play, and you're already to the 35. Looking to throw on first down. And here's a fumble way behind the line. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover. This offense has it with really good field position. Looking downfield on first down. He was smelling that end zone, but they get him down at the 4 after the big pass play. What a first quarter for this offense. A chance to score again on 1st and goal. Got his man on the run. That completion has them right on the doorstep. They'll mark it at the 1.
And this offense shows they will be aggressive. On 1st and goal, they get the completion. Listen, games come down to executing in the red zone. This is a big spot.
Into the end zone. Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there.
Well, I love the coverage on defense. In the red zone, everyone's got their eyes on the quarterback, and they're flying to the football. You saw that there on the incompletion.
Lets it fly. Fires and picked off. He's knocked down the one play to come up with the interception.
And that's got to feel good, and that's a play this young man is never going to forget. His first interception of the season. Great job reading the QB's eyes and getting to the football.
And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there. Back up now, here's 2nd and long. Trying play action. And the heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't make the connection. And the Rebels will punt it away on 4th down. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. Gets the first one of the day off, and hoping he's not as busy as he was in that loss last week when he kicked it 4 times. And the coverage team surrounding the ball. No chance for the return man to get in there on that one. So now the Longhorns take over and they'll send out the offense. And boy, they missed an opportunity last time throwing that pick in the red zone, David.
And you got to put that frustration behind you. You can't turn it over. That's a Cardinals sin. No better than that, Jesse. You can't take points off the board. But you got to move on.
You do. I think he just got way too overeager down in the red zone that last drive. So just come out here, trust your reads, trust what your coaches have told you to do, and just go out and execute it.
The Longhorns come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. They'll try to get the first through the air. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. On the move at the 30. There he goes. A huge play, and they get it all the way to the 45-yard line. And the Longhorns with the 1st and 10. Quarterback making adjustments. To the air on 1st down. It's caught. Brought down at the 20-yard line after ripping off the big play. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Longhorns are moving quickly down the field. Looking to pass inside the red zone. He's got it on the move. They'll finally put the brakes on him at the 3. A big throw, catch and run on that one. This defense has been gashed, and they are backed up again with a 1st and goal. Just not quite able to make the connection. It's incomplete.
One of the big risks about being in an empty set is that you don't have tight ends or running backs helping you out in pass protection. And that time the quarterback got hit right before he let it go, and that's why that ball fell incomplete.
Touchdown, Longhorns! Quick strike through the air for the score. How efficient have they been as they extend this lead here in Week 5?
This offense is looking ridiculous. 3 touchdowns now in the 1st quarter, doing whatever they want at will. I don't know if you're panicking, Palmer, but, I mean, they got to put something together on the other side of the field, or else this one's going to get ugly fast.
One thing I know, David, is the defensive staff, after having the ball just run down their throat and thrown over their heads, they need to make some adjustments earlier than they probably anticipated, because right now they have no answers for this offense.
No chance for a return as that ball flies out of the back of the end zone. Finds his tight end.
Good job of reading the defense by the quarterback on that RPO. He waited to see how the defense was going to play the run. He saw defenders bite up close to the line of scrimmage, and right away he knew he had the slant throw right in behind it.
Interception, and things are going from bad to worse. He'll go down right there, but what a big
Makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his second of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
They'll start this drive going to the air. Makes the grab. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34.
Get the big-time receiver involved early in the game. That's a huge key for this offense, no matter who they're playing against. But you can see, with his size, with his ability after the catch, this guy is a weapon, and he's putting this defense...
Oh, he's got some space. Touchdown, Texas! Made the grab and took it on in for the score. This dude is lighting it up for the Horns, and some old-school Horn fans starting to think about that 500-yard, 4-touchdown day Vince Young had against Oklahoma State.
Yeah, and bringing back great memories, and there's been some good runs at quarterback. You think about Colt McCoy, too, man. He put up some serious numbers, some serious wins. Can this be the next guy to catapult this offense, to bring Texas back to prominence?
Opening play of this drive comes from the 11. They'll start this drive going to the air. And a sack all the way back at the 5. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Power football with the run. They'll knock him down behind the line, and that's how we'll end this quarter. Guys, it is Texas who holds the lead, and they jumped out to that edge early. As we wrap up the first, let's take a quick look at our game stats. This could be a pivotal moment in this game as we open the second period and they try to find a way to answer. This offense had a little extra time to think about it. Let's see what they have on third down. They'll run it. And how about that alertness and that swarming D to keep him from getting the first down? The Rebels will line up to punt it away. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. And they'll just down it right there.
And these punt returners only get so many opportunities to try to make plays, and do they want to make them? So much space back there when you punt them the football. But the thing is, look at all these guys flying down the field. All the speed on the field for that punt coverage.
Turning it on! Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs. First down here for the offense. Leaves it with the back. Slams ahead for a yard out to the 33.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Zings it complete to the right. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. The Longhorns will snap it on 1st and 10. Here's a heat. Got him downfield. And he was on his way. Gets it all the way to the 38.
This guy's done a lot of good things early this year throwing the football. With that last completion, that now takes him over 1,000 yards passing for the year.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Looking to throw on 1st down. Throws to the wideout. Almost intercepted. It'll fall incomplete. The defense almost came up with a turnover. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Going for the big play. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep.
Well, the offense has had their way all game long up to this point. Finally, the defense is able to make a play. And I'll tell you, after that hit, that receiver, he's going to be thinking twice about running that route again.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and 4th down's coming.
Well, on offense, no doubt, right? You've had success. You're throwing some tutties. Why not keep throwing it? They're going to keep being aggressive. You're going to have to do a better job, though, keeping this quarterback standing up.
3 straight incompletions, and undaunted, they'll go for it on 4th. Makes the grab, got the conversion, and still going.
That is a huge play early in this game. We came into this thing wondering just how aggressive this offense wanted to be, and there you go. First half, 4th and long. We're not bringing the punter out on the field. We've got a guy that we think can read the defense and deliver a strike, and we've got playmakers stretching the field vertically. They show you how dangerous they can be on that last 4th down there.
Going to work in the red zone, they can pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. Gonna look downfield again. Snagged out of the air. That completion gets them inside the 10, and the defense is running out of room to defend.
This offense is clicking, everything working together really well. Coordinator, quarterback, offensive line. Good rhythm, good flow. Defense is going to have to find something to kind of mess up this timing they got going on.
He's got it. He's down at the 1, and they almost had the touchdown pass on that one. A very productive play on 1st down has now set us up with this 2nd and goal. Oh, they're after him. And the Heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line.
It's a big-time moment for the defense. They're creating a negative play, getting a sack with the opponent right down on the goal line. Now that they've backed him up a little bit, a touchdown doesn't seem like it's just a gimme anymore.
On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Looking for the goal line. And they'll get him down inside the 5, but this offense powering toward a score.
That's a nice completion. I know you don't get the 1st down. You're obviously set up in field goal range here down in the red zone, but because you've got 4th and short now, you may decide to go for this if you're on offense.
Oh, he dropped it. He just lost his concentration and didn't look it all the way in. And that decision will be questioned for a while. They go to the ground. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Caught behind the line. It's Stoneburner. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Really good defense. You know, you're trying to stay as close as you can to all these targets, and most importantly, those open field tackles and getting them on the ground as soon as they catch it. That's a major deal for defenses, and that was a good example there.
He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. And the Rebels will bring the punt team onto the field. Sometimes avoiding disaster is the best thing. The punter just gets it out of there. Coverage team does a good job and touches it dead. No return on this one.
You know, punt cover teams have a tough job because oftentimes they've got to tackle a guy out in the open field, and a really good one at that. But how about their ability to get to the returner and not just get the tackle, but create the takeaway? That is a massive play on special team.
Snatches it on the run. Off and running. The tag. Touchdown Longhorn. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. So late in the half, this is really an opportunity, David, maybe to swing the momentum in their favor.
Dang right. There's no time to be conservative. We're a little bit down. Listen, I just think this is a point with the offense that they can prove. Like, we're here, we're going to create something now that we can build on in the second half.
Coach said all week he wanted to be aggressive. This is a great opportunity to show that right now. At the end of the first half, try and generate some momentum, score some points before going into halftime.
That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, back up inside their 20. How about that defense getting back there? He'll lose a couple. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Sometimes avoiding disaster is the best thing. The punter just gets it out of there. Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. Wants to throw on 1st down. Pocket breaking down. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Thanks, guys. Looks like we've got a superb matchup in Austin today. And there's no more fitting place to begin than with this stud receiver and how he's dominated the first half. Some guys have the ability to elude and evade. This young man is a true 3-level threat. Short passes, the intermediate game, and in the deep ball, he is a problem. And I don't think this defense has the solution. And with that, let's get it back to our fellas at DKR.
All right, Kevin, about ready to start the second half here. The Longhorns will kick it off to start the second half. Out of the end zone. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. Nothing went right in that first half, and the first order of business here. Try not to be embarrassed any further.
But the comeback is possible. Remember 2006, Michigan State down 35 to Northwestern at halftime? They somehow came back and won the game. But it all starts on one play, and that has to happen here on this first drive for the offense.
Yeah, the first possession, because your possessions, you're only going to get so many possessions, and you got to score on every single one of them. Offense, defense, special teams.
And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21.
But one of the things I hated as a quarterback was the blitzes from the inside linebackers, because those guys end up in your hip pocket quickly. It's really hard to step into throws when you've got inside linebackers bringing the heat.
The Rebels now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Second down, he'll throw it. Makes the grab. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. They've already punted 4 times in this game, and they're about to run the guy out there for a 5th time if they don't pick up the first down here. Motion from the wideout. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. He did not make it a stone wall on 3rd down. And the Rebels decide to punt it away. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. Another punt on the way. Got to make sure those hammies and glutes all activated. Don't want any muscle pulls from overuse.
And that is a huge play in terms of field position. Nice job by the punter. And how about the Gunners getting downfield to down that ball?
And here come the Horns. They've got it again on offense. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Using the quick game. They stop him just a link or 2 short of the first, and man, what they can do on 2nd down here. The Longhorns come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. Leaves it with the back. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a 1st down. Offense in a bunch formation. Looking to throw on 1st down. Quickly out to the tight end. He stopped just a chain link or two away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here. And the Longhorns have a lot of options on 2nd and inches. At the 40, there he goes. He's loose down the left side. Inside the touchdown, Texas. He found some open space and turned on the Jets.
And this offense picks up right where it left off. Scoring points, creating a big play. First drive of the second half, no problem. Don't worry about halftime adjustments. Just keep doing what you've been doing.
And he's going to bring it out. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. He'll keep it himself. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
The offense thought they had a good look to run that play into with the QB, but there's just an example of a defender winning his one-on-one battle and making a tremendous play. Great effort by that guy.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. The give to the back. Finds a little bit of space. He'll get 3 out to the 15.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down. And they got to keep that up here in the second half.
And they fail to hook up on 3rd down.
This is a top 25 defense, guys. One of the best units in the entire country. They're so good situationally, and they understand the importance of getting leads early, making the offense predictable, having to throw in these types of situations so they can adjust accordingly. And that's what they're doing right now. Their coverage is being dictated by the scoreboard. They're going to make it really, really hard on this quarterback here in the second half to throw any completions.
And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. They cashed in on a short field last time they had it, and now they'll go to work from their own end. Just searching and working for the running room as he gets it out to the 26. And the Longhorns with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. From the gun, they'll try the middle. Chain gang on the move. It'll be a first down at the 29. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. They'll run it out of the shotgun. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. They've softened them up with a run. Now to throw it. Finds a soft spot in the middle. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. It's 3rd down from their own 34 as they try to keep the drive moving. Quickly complete. Ran through the tackle, and he's got room to run. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49. The Longhorns are marching down the field. Looking downfield on first down. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
Well, defenses get excited when they see the quarterback in an empty backfield like that. They know, hey, if I'm not going to have to beat a running back or a tight end to get there, if I get to him, I might have an opportunity to knock this thing loose, and that's exactly what happened for the defense. Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of a spot.
And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody, based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. I guess if you're an optimist, the stage is set for a massive fourth-quarter comeback. So we open the final period with a 3rd down play. Back to throw, it's Duggan. Just a short pass to the tight end. He goes out of bounds across the 25, mark it at the 24, and this defense, its head is spinning.
This has been a frustrating day. I mean, they haven't moved the ball consistently, and now you get a play, but they haven't put 2 and 3 and 4 plays together, and that's why they're trailing in this football game. So maybe they can find some kind of a rhythm here late in the game and get something cooking.
The Rebels with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Quick completion to the right. Breaks into the open. He gets it all the way down to the 5-yard line. A terrific catch and run before he stopped. And the Rebels have it with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he gets it back to the 4-yard line. No farther than that. No gain on the play. They've pushed it ahead to the 4. They'll try to cash in on 2nd and goal. Looking for a crease. It's Traore. And he'll be stuck. Got nothing. Line of scrimmage still at the 4. This offense hasn't been able to find the end zone with the GPS and a slide rule. Can they finally get a touchdown on 3rd and goal? Looking to the end zone. And he was going for the touchdown there, and they couldn't make the connection. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They'll try to get something out of this drive and kick the field goal here on 4th down. Absolutely perfect.
Let's not say they cut into the deficit with that field goal. Maybe just, I don't know, tweaked a little bit of it away with their fingernail.
On the run from inside his own 5. And the returner will be brought down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Here comes the Texas offense. And the fumble on that last drive could have been much worse, David.
They bailed him out. They held him to a field goal, so that's the good news. Now this offense has to get it going. Forget about the fumble, Jesse. Move on. Be positive.
And they're upset with themselves, too. They're an offense that pride themselves on ball security. Let's see what they do right here.
They opened up this drive, getting all the way out to the 35, and now it's 1st down again. At the 45 on his way. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be 1st down.
And this is exactly what you want to do when you're on offense. You have the lead. You want to chew the clock, keep the ball on the ground, keep that thing just ticking, Palmer.
They're just imposing their will, Dave, and that's something that we've seen, I think, all game. Up front, they've been the more physical team. They're the ones that's getting pushed and that's getting movement, and it's carrying over all the way here deep into the 4th quarter.
Man, what a throw. Under duress, getting hit as you throw. He's been sacked several times today. I love how he continues to hang in the pocket and make plays for this offense.
To the air on 1st down. Makes the grab. And they pick up just a few on that completion. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Wants to go up top. Fires to the wideout. Got his man to the left. He's there to make the stop, but the damage has been done as they pick up the 1st down on the throw and catch.
Well, that's one the DB, I think, would like to have back. Out route, he was in man coverage. If he could have just got out of his break a little bit sooner, he might have had a chance to intercept that one and take it to the house.
He wants it all. And he's got it in the end zone for a touchdown. This is an absolute blowout.
And how about this squad, man? Looking good again. I feel like we say this week in and week out. Just continuing to remain undefeated. Whatever it takes, offense, defense, special teams, they have been a good unit, and that's why their ranking is so high.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great top 25 matchup. Pittsburgh has had almost no answers today, and when they have had them, that other sideline has changed the questions. They're trailing by 18 to Florida State. It wouldn't be the ACC if...
And he loses the football. Almost a disaster on that return. They jump on it and they'll maintain possession. To the air, it's Duggan. He'll throw it. There he goes. Brought down at the 33, but not before he gets 10.
And I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
They're working that left side. The clock stops and we've reached the 2-minute timeout. This offense looking for anything to cut into this big lead. The Rebels in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Reads it, fires complete. Nice pickup there, gets him the first down and sets him up at the 45-yard line. Bunch formation for these receivers. Just keeps slinging it. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. Gets a turnover.
Those are hard for offensive linemen. When they get beat, you're going, no, look out for your blind side and watch out. But that great job rushing the quarterback, getting him on the ground and getting the football out. A little extra bonus. Nice job by the defense getting nasty.
Working a little foot magic on the sidelines, and it'll be enough for the first down. Passing game kept his drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Looking to throw on first down. Catch in the middle. It's Woodhead. And he gets it down to the 4-yard line before he's finally stopped. A terrific run after the catch.
Well, this offense knew coming into this game they wanted to try to attack the middle of the field in the passing game, and they're able to execute the in route there.
The Longhorns will try to put one on the board on 1st and goal. Wants to pass. Going for 6. It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6.
And that's a good stop for this defense. And listen, there hasn't been a lot of positive today, but let's finish this game strong. I think that'll be the message from the defensive coordinator. Can we get a stop? Can we get them off the field? I know lots went wrong, but let's live in this moment and try to be great right here to end the game.
It's incomplete. He was shooting for the end zone right there. The defense trying to make a stand on 3rd and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. Intercepted deep in his own end. He's brought down. A short return, but the defense comes out on top with a pick.
And you will always remember your first. And how about that? Breaking on the football, getting an INT, the first INT. Keep the football, brother. The first of many big-time plays for this guy.
Intercepted, a turnover in their own territory. He stopped, not much on the return, but a whole lot in getting the football.
That's kind of what this offense has done all day. They have struggled. They haven't gotten a rhythm. They haven't found a way to get points on the scoreboard. And late in this game,
and they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their total.
And with that TD, this team looking to go 4-0. Just